I'm back. I just potted some real succulents, but maybe that's not for you. Maybe you watched that video, maybe you didn't. If you want to see somebody pot some succulents as though they know what they're doing when actually maybe they don't, go watch that video. It went up Tuesday. Maybe though, maybe, you know plants are not for you. Maybe you say, my room has no light. Maybe you say, I kill everything I touch, like some kind of freaky King Midas situation, except with death instead of gold. Maybe that's you. In that case, we have a solution. And that solution is fake plants. But not just any fake plants. Little rock plants, okay? Your craft kit, which I hope you have. If not, come to the library. We may still have some. Grab one. Or just grab stuff from your house, because this is kind of an easy one. You can do this with stuff that you might have around. And if you don't have paint, hit us up. All right. You've got a pot. He empty. Go outside and fill this with just dirt. Maybe make sure there are no worms inside, or plant things that you don't want. Maybe check for frogs, because my mother brought in a plant for the winter last year and put it in her living room and kept the plant there, and then it got warmer in the house one day and just like a frog jumped out of it, and it had been in there sleeping for months, just hibernating. We had a hibernating frog living in our house. So that was an experience for her, I suppose. But sure, okay, it didn't hurt anything. She just found him a little place to sleep outside, popped him right back out there, and they go back to sleep when it's cold. You aren't here for a frog discussion. You're here for a plant discussion. So fill this with just like rocks or dirt, or rocks and dirt, or maybe like some fake moss that your parents have in the house. Maybe your mom does flowers, your dad does flowers. I don't know your life. Figure it out. Put some gunk in there. I have some dirt I'm going to put in, but maybe not now, because now we're just going to worry about painting. So you've got this, and you've got a rock. I have 2 rocks. You can get a second rock in your yard. It's a thing that happens. Rocks exist. If you want to have a 3rd rock, there's probably also a 3rd rock in your yard. Maybe a 4th or 5th. Use as many rocks as you want, but we gave you this. We gave you a rock because really you need one. Wash the rock I gave you because it's powdery. Wash the rocks you dug up outside because they're filthy. Maybe they look like this. That's okay. Wash him. Wash him. I'll wait. Are you done? Okay. Wash your rocks. I'm not doing that. I just wipe mine down because I'm not displaying this anywhere, even though I should. Paint. You're gonna have yours in a little cup. Just paint your rock green. Just paint it green. It's gonna take a couple coats because this apparently is not very opaque. That's okay. Just when you paint, don't leave globs on there. Paint a nice smooth coat. Think of it as though you're painting a wall. Have your parents forced you to paint a wall yet? They will soon. Just no clumpies. If you do that, see that blob, it's not gonna dry nice. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna have nice smooth coats. And you're gonna paint both sides of this. And your hands. And the counter probably. So maybe do it on a surface that you don't care about. I've cut the bottom of a trash bag off and I'm having this sit on a trash bag to dry, because you're gonna paint a coat on one side, let it dry. See, here's my one coat on this side. And then come back. I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy. one side right here. Make it pretty. This is the color of what will be a fake cactus. So if you have darker color paint at home, like craft paint just hanging around, and you want like a purple cactus or some other color cactus, you go for that. All the power to you. I have green paint, so that's what I am using today. So there, I have one side of each of these painted. I'm gonna let them dry. And then I'm gonna do another coat on the back so that it's all covered, and probably a second coat over the same thing. I will let you know how many coats I have done when we're ready for the next step, which involves your white paint. When you're done painting, wash this brush. Don't just throw it on a counter. This is actually not a terrible brush, so you can keep using this with every craft project you do all summer, or you can use it for anything else that you want to do that is paint or Mod Podge or glue related. So if you wash it, make sure all the paint is out of it, it'll actually last you. So hold on to it. Let's reuse, because it's plastic. You don't want to just pitch that. I hate using so much plastic for craft kits, but we don't really have a choice right now. So we'll just work together to try and reuse the stuff that we can. So reuse this, and maybe reuse your plastic bag somehow. And we'll see. And meanwhile, I'm gonna wash my hands and let my rocks dry. I'll be back. All right, I've been painting for a little while, letting it dry in between. This is what 2 coats looks like. 2 coats of paint. And that's what 4 looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with 4 on mine. 3 was great too. Just let it dry between. And if you are impatient like I am, a hairdryer will make your paint dry really fast. So blow dry your paint, and if you look at them side by side, you definitely want at least 3. All right, both of mine things are falling. Both of mine are as opaque as I would like them to be. So now you need your white paint. And we're back. Thankfully, I'm wearing an apron. All right, you're gonna put some spikes on these cacti. And to do that, you need a toothpick. So basically, just draw little lines with your toothpick. You can draw them in order, like they're going up and down in a specific way, like a special kind of cactus. You can do them at random, like I'm doing. It's fine. Anything you want. Just get some paint and draw a line. Just like that. So you're gonna do that all over the place. On the top, on the bottom, on the sides, and you can blow dry it to make it go faster. I hope you can't read the texts that are coming in on my phone as I'm filming this, because I'm not refilming it, so you'll just be able to see the text from my friend Rachel saying, what buttons should I put with the sweater that I knit? She should put the red ones. Okay, I'm gonna call that piece done. And maybe for this one, I'll do specific lines, like lines going up. Except I can't draw on a straight line. That's fine. It's fine. So to do it like this, I'm gonna start from that same point and do it kind of curved, but also still going up. Maybe. Like that. Do the same thing on this other side. And we're going to do it on the sides too. Okay, that's what that guy looks like on this side. You don't have to have it perfect on the bottom because it's going to be sitting inside this pot that we have. So the bottom's not going to really be visible, but you do want to have a design on the front and on the back. So I'll do the backs and I'll be back. I'm back. I'm back. Time has passed. I actually have let this go for like a week or so because every time I'm putting on paint, I'm just letting it take its time to dry. So we have 2 cacti here. Here's one. I just gave it little random spikes all over. Cacti 2. I tried to make it so that it looked like it was more rounded on both sides. So 2 cacti. Now there are options on what to do next. You can put a little face on them. Use some black paint or a Sharpie and put little faces on them. You can look up, just painted around cacti face and get some ideas, or if you want to go a more cute Japanese inspired way, you can look up kawaii faces. Anyway, just all kinds of fun stuff. Or you can leave it the way it is and put them in your mug or your cup. Now, you want them to sit up. So you can either stick them in some dirt, you can stick them in some gravel. We filled this up with dirt already, or with something, so I'm assuming you've already done that. I have not done that because I didn't want to just have dirt just sitting out here at the library. So excuse the sound of tape ripping because I have a bag here of potting soil. Now you do not need potting soil. I am using potting soil for the express reason that I have it. It's in the building. It's right here with me. And I don't have to go outside with a shovel because I'm in work clothes. Who wants to get their work clothes filthy with dirt? Not me. So I'm just going to take this and dump some of this into my little jar here, my little pot, my terracotta pot. I keep calling it a jar. It's not a jar. It's a pot. There. No need to add water to this, ever. You can also put some gravel over the top of this, or some anything. It's up to you. I don't know your life. Do what you want. So when you then take your little rocks, you can adjust them the way you want. They'll stick up for you in there. And if you want them to stay in a particular way, you can get something like E6000, which is my favorite glue. This is not like super glue because it's flexible. So it's kind of a rubbery thing that you can use it for jewelry, you can use it for plastic pieces. You can stick rocks together. I mean, you do you, but not sponsored. I just really like this. Goodbye, E6000. But anyway, there are your painted rock cacti. Oh, and if you've got googly eyes, like the little plastic eyeballs, you can stick those on them too. Make sure you stick them really wide though, because it's funnier if they're further apart. And these, I promise you, will never die. They will never die. And that's that. Happy crafting, everybody.